What up, Booze? It's your boy, Dino, aka your solid five.
And it's nicotine creeping the real coming at you.
Uh-huh. So, um, in case some of
Oh,
y'all wondering, we are doing a little video right now, and you can see I'm wearing one of my masks. So, this will be on YouTube at some point, hopefully soon.
I was saying, yeah, Boo Crew making moves.
Yeah, we trying to get Universal on this shit. So, this week we are doing Talk to Me, which came out in 2022, by A24, which is a great production company. They made a lot of good hits. So I haven't seen this one until recently, obviously, but I wanted to, and I heard a lot of stuff about it. So we shall see. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll dip into it. So, Talk to Me is directed by Denny and Michael Filipu.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know how to pronounce it.
yeah, Filipu is the best I'm gonna get at. And they didn't make really too many. How would you say it? Like, no, like big name stuff. It's like very like low key films.
Yeah, so they were credit like we looked I looked it up on IMDb, and it was basically like they're credited as actors on like a lot of like really small independent stuff. And
Uh
then they
huh.
only wrote and directed two things, which was this one and I forgot the other one's called.
Bring
Uh,
her back.
Bring Her Back, yeah. And I have no idea what that one's about, but maybe I'll watch it later on because this
Yeah, the
movie was
cover looks interesting.
very interesting, and they did a really good job at like writing it and stuff. So the premise of this movie is just a bunch of kids, basically throwing parties, and
It's all it is. It's just it's a party, one big party.
yeah, like every time they throw a party, they use this hand. And the story behind it, the lore behind it, is that it was what do you call them? Like a was she like a medium or something like that?
The hand,
Yeah, it
yeah, it was
came from a
like
person.
cut off a psychic or something.
A psychic, yeah, it was from a psychic, but they like embalmed it and they like put paper mache or some shit like that on it.
Yeah, they
Um,
took really good care of that hand.
yeah, so like it looks just like a frozen hand basically. And so when you touch it and you tell when you say speak to me, a ghost will appear or a spirit will appear, and you're supposed to let him in, and then that's when you like the spirit enters your body. It starts doing all this crazy stuff for like 90 seconds, and then you're supposed to like detach it, and then
It's like
that's
a hands-on Ouija board.
yeah, like literally. Um, cool concept. Kind of terrifying because like all the spirits you see are all like deformed and like or have been killed or something in like some hideous
Surely,
way. And basically, like as you're watching the movie, it becomes like a party drug. Like they become like addicted to this thing.
they're definitely getting high off that fucking hand. That's
Oh
for sure.
yeah,
There's actually a scene where she's actually smoking a joint out of the fucking hand.
yeah. A bunch of dumb kids. They're all pretty young, like still in high school, right?
That's why I feel like they're. I feel like they're in high school or like it had to be like teenage, like 18 or something.
Like seniors, I think. I want to
Yeah,
say.
that's what it feels
Um,
like.
yeah. So the story follows a group of kids, um, and uh, s- the main people are brother, sister, and the best friend. And I mean, like most of it is just like them being dumb kids and parties. Like I said, parties, dumb shit. But then eventually you see the younger brother wanted to have fun, so he finally does the thing, and the spirit like really like fucks with him and basically harms him like really bad. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff I'm leaving out right now, but I want you guys to actually watch it to like see all the little things. Um, so it turns really bad really fast. After a little bit of slow burn, but it basically like almost kills the boy. So he gets hospitalized, stuff like that, and you kind of see like that dynamic between like the best friend and the kind of shitty sister. Like the sister kind of a shithead. Terrible sister.
Wait, which sister?
No, you know how like they're brother and sisters, the main characters, and then there's the black chick. She's the best
Yeah.
friend.
Okay, okay. You thought the sister sucks?
She was dude. She was an asshole to the brother like the whole movie, all the way up until the hospital. She was kind of like she finally gave a shit.
maybe that's where I like had my most memorable scenes of her is like when she was nice at the hospital.
Yeah, like, but like leading up to the whole thing, dude, she hated the brother. Like she did not want him anywhere near him. Which I get, like, that's a whole sibling thing. Like I've been there. I'm sure my older brother fucking hated me after a while. So, um I mean it's
I,
normal, but
I remember the good sides of her.
and there was like a lot of jealousy of the best friend and like the boyfriend and of the best friend, so like the best friend and the guy are dating. They're not really doing much. They're just kind of like puppy love. And the other main character, the black chick,
Yeah,
she's like in
yeah.
love with him too. But you kind of see that like throughout the movie. So there's like
It's
a
like
weird dynamic of that.
forbidden love.
Yeah, yeah, forbidden love, young forbidden love, and that
Oh
causes like some friction in the whole film, basically.
yeah. So it have some uncomfortable moments.
Yeah,
Definitely.
there's some really cool scenes too. I love the concept of like them kind of like letting the spirits like or whatever you want to call them, those entities to like go into their bodies. And you see those scenes where like they're having fun and like there's even a scene where like the one of the main characters is like singing in a foreign language. And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, all that was kind of trippy to me, and I was like, damn, like you could only do that if you're doing some crazy shit like that. So,
Yeah. The possession scenes where
hmm
the makeup design for those are pretty awesome.
oh, I love the contacts, like the blackout eyes.
Yeah, that was cool.
Uh, Fun fact, I tried to do that for Halloween. Like I tried to get like black contact lenses, but they were too small. Like they wouldn't like cover my whole eyeball. It was only like my pupils. And I tried to work with them at work, and I could not see a fucking thing all day. It was like wearing like the most like darkest like sunglasses like all day long, and I couldn't like stare at anything. I was trying to look at the computer, and I was like, I can't see anything on the shit. So I was like walking around like basically useless my entire shift.
Yeah, because they got the little ass hole stare out of.
Dude, it was like literally wearing sun like really really dark sunglasses all day. It was like for 3 hours on my shift. I had them on, and I finally and they were a pain in the ass to put in the first place. And I took them out because I was like, I can't, dude, I can't wear this. So I had to take them out like almost halfway to my shift, and I was like, I fuck that. Never again am I gonna like do something important and wearing these like. So I don't know how they acted in those things because those things suck. I'm telling you, there's like they look cool, but they suck.
Yeah, they probably had some difficult trouble with that shit too.
Yeah, they I bet you they have to like stay in one spot a bunch of times. Like you can't walk around in those things. I couldn't recognize like most people until I heard them.
Yeah,
It was crazy. It's awful. The worst thing I ever did. So yeah, like I said, it goes south fast for like especially the brother. Um the one of the spirits tries to kill him, and so they stop it in time. He gets into the hospital, he's kind of laid up. And then you kind of slowly see the the best friend over time lose her mind. Um because the one of the spirits like stays in her and she doesn't know it. So she starts to lose her mind. She starts slipping and she doesn't know it. She just kind of like keeps going day to day. Weird things are happening with her. And so we see that progress throughout the movie, and I thought that was very cool because um, like growing up, me having to deal with like or living in a haunted house, like I was like, am I crazy or am I actually seeing this shit?
yeah,
Um, so like it's kind of like interesting to see like somebody else kind of like go through all that stuff because
a different perspective.
yeah, I was like, huh. So it was kind of nice to like see like their version of like what it looks like for to be possessed at a slow burn.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Yeah, so there's really fun scenes of like what she thinks she sees and what's really happening, you know?
Yeah, the progression
Yeah.
until she is just like fully envisioned with the spirits of her, of her mother surrounding her all the time.
Yeah, that was actually I love that part. Like the relationship with like the mom and like her, and then the mom telling like her like your dad's lying and stuff like that, you know, about the letter that she wrote her, you know, and
Yeah,
she's like I didn't do that, you know, but it's like eventually you find out like what's true, what's not, you know.
yeah, that the mom was lying.
Yeah, the mom was lying the whole time. She was like, you
I think
know,
she's just like just trying to get her to a point where she could reveal the truth to her, so she could move forward to to her what she needs to do,
yeah.
like to her full potential.
So I don't know, I love that actually that like betrayal, you know.
You know,
And then you have like some really like big scenes where the dad's like trying to like break into the room, you know, she thinks the dad's attacking her. They're like really fucking with her head, you know, stuff like that.
yeah,
Uh,
that was pretty cool.
yeah, I was like, and then when the dad barges in, he sees her like convulsing on the floor, you know, and then that's when you see like something tragic happening right then and there, you know. So like those powerful scenes of like what she thinks is happening, but what's really happening, you know, stuff like that because of those spirits, you know, or that
Yeah,
one spirit. So there's a lot of cool things
this
in this movie.
this it was showing like it was cool to show like it was like showing like the power of that spirit, how much
Yeah,
power that spirit had, and to like pretend that I was like her father knocking on the door, because even the dad heard something,
yeah.
you know,
This well because he heard screaming and stuff, you know. So,
yeah,
um, but yeah, it really like flooded her mind of like uh, what she's seeing, you know. So that was interesting. Because basically she didn't really see any of that stuff. And then you see like the tragedy of what happens next. I mean, I want the folks to actually see that part because like I don't want to ruin it for them, you know. But you see some shit going down, and then that's kind of when you really see that character like lose it completely. Um, because then you see her like heading back toward to the hospital and like basically calling the other main character like, hey, like I need you to come here now, like I figured it out, blah blah blah.
mm,
Why all this stuff is happening, So basically, she's just lying through her teeth. Um, but you can tell at this point she's like being fully controlled, Like the mom like is really in her head about like making her doing what she's got to do and stuff like that.
yeah. The mom was like straight manipulating the crap out of her.
Oh yeah, she's working her like a puppet, and it's working. I mean, she's doing everything that is being told of her. So,
That's because she used how much fear of losing her mom that she had in her to as her tool to manipulate her daughter.
but it makes me wonder if that was even really her mom in the first place, or those are just like evil spirits or demons or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, because of mom. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Because you see like a part of it like where they're where she's like, show me where my brother is, or uh, or show me where he is, the boy. So the little girl pulls her down, and you see like them like what ripping him apart or some shit like that in hell.
yeah,
So
some kind of purgatory.
yeah, some weird like dark place where you don't obviously don't want to go.
That was pretty cool though. That was a pretty cool scene.
Yeah,
Things
I
like
love that. There's a lot of things in this movie that really stood out to me. And that was definitely one of them, especially and more because of like the whole psychological thing of like her like losing her mind.
yeah,
That really kind of like made me want to keep watching it. Um, and then we got the grand finale, of like her kind of figuring out that she's been played, but you don't see that till the very end. Of course, I'm not going to ruin everything for you, but like you kind of see like what happens at the last couple scenes, and I especially love the ending of this movie. Um, I kind of wasn't expecting like the last couple scenes really because I thought like maybe I'm trying not to like put like ruin the whole thing because I want people to
Mhm.
actually watch this movie. Like some of the other movies I didn't really care because I was like, well, like it's just a bad movie, so I can just tell them. But this one, like I kind of want people to see like the ending and how it turned out, and like you're kind of seeing like the same thing happen to this person too.
Yeah, the ending had a good twist.
Yeah,
It did like yeah, it really had a good twist
and
towards
kind of like the way they
Harry.
shot like that, like what's happening to her in the real time.
You know,
I was like, okay, dope. I like this. So those are definitely like all the positives that I see in this movie. Yeah, the only thing I can say really that I didn't like about this movie is like for a minute I kind of felt like the story was kind of not okay, not the story. I felt like I wanted to know why these things were like manipulating the kids and like using them and like just kind of like taking their souls or whatever. That's kind of what I wanted to know, but I guess like it doesn't really matter because they're just evil.
hmm
And that's kind of why like it took me a minute to be like, okay, well they're just evil, so I guess you know we'll just do that. So
yeah, that's what I went with. It's just been some ham passed around from through
centuries, right? Basically,
generation.
or
Yeah,
generations. Yeah, probably just generations. But I don't know, cool concept. I love how like they use like the hand as kind of like a party drug to like make them do all this crazy shit.
yeah,
Um,
I, I,
essentially playing with the devil.
yeah. So I liked it. I liked how it was basically used like a Ouija board to go on the other side and conjure up spirits.
Yeah.
You know, open the gate. You know, basically open the gateway to the other side.
Um, Kind of a smart way of doing it actually, because we've always seen like Ouija stuff, or even
Yeah,
they made that the tarot card movie, which was
even
pretty bad.
there's a
And
movie called Ouija too.
yeah, and I don't think I've ever seen it, but probably don't need to.
I forgot about that movie, Taro.
Yeah, I watched it. I don't know, like 6 months ago, something like that.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that movie.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, cool concept, but like delivery. I mean, come on now. Um, I don't really have too much to say about this movie besides that I liked it. Um, A24 usually makes good like produces good movies.
hmm
Do you have anything to say?
I liked, besides, I thought it was a good movie, and I thought it was a big change from what we've been watching, and a big change in a positive way.
Yeah,
And so, I like I said, like I told you, I saw this movie when it first came out, and I forgot most of it. So I'm actually glad I got to rewatch it again. And watching it again for the second time, I enjoyed it as much as I did for the first. And I totally forgot about the ending, and the ending made the whole movie just successful to me.
yeah,
Um, and it was a it was a good 1 hour and 30 minute watch, and it shot by really fast. And I think they shot by quick because for me that's how good the movie was. That it ran by fast. You know.
yeah. I feel like the end of this movie was like basically the saving grace of this movie. I feel like if they would have done a different version of it, I think the movie would have fell flat, and that would have
hmm
been like very disappointing. But like them to like kind of use that twist at the end, I was like, hell yeah, dude! Like this is why I signed up for this movie.
Yeah,
And
no, it's perfect.
A24 is usually pretty good about that anyway. Like most of their movies, like usually come out that way, where you're just like, all right, they're taking us for a ride. This is what's happening. This is what you think's gonna happen, and all of a sudden, boom, they turn it a little bit. And felt like it they did it with this movie as well, to where I was like, all right, cool. I'm definitely satisfied with the movie. I'm definitely happy that like you see these characters kind of go on this journey, and you see all the shitty things that are happening, but there's reasons why it's happening. And even for fools like me that don't always see it at first, but I mean, I thought it was dope. So definitely thumbs up for this movie.
Yeah,
Probably give this movie out of five. Probably give it a pretty high rating. Probably give it another four, like Boar. Not a perfect movie, but very entertaining most of the way. Um, I don't know. Maybe even a 4.5. Pretty good.
It's pretty good. I'll give it a 4.
Yeah, I'll probably stick to a four. So, like I said before, um, for those that are listening, this is the Boo Crew. You can follow me at Cali underscore DTO on IG or our channel, or our collected account, which is beyond the underscore ether on Instagram as well. What you
Hmm.
got?
You can follow me on Instagram at Bay Area Creep, and that's it.
Yeah. Also, for those that don't have socials, we are on Gmail, which is was it Boo Crew 2025 at Gmail. And that's it. That's all we got. So we'll see you guys when we see you. We'll see you beyond the ether, and Boo Crew coming at you. Peace.
Peace.